Hello and welcome back to Cody's Radio Workshop. On the bench today I've got a Roberts R900. Looks a little different at the moment, and this is the way that it actually came to me. The volume and tuning knobs are on the bass and treble, and the bass and treble knobs are, well, there they are. They're just the wrong way around. I'm going to leave them there just for the moment, because this has a common problem with this model, in that the on and off button, whilst it latches, it doesn't actually turn the radio on or off. This can be due to the copper contacts, teeny tiny things inside the actual switch that just aren't making the contact anymore. This can be because they are simply dirty. They could be corroded, or they could be burned. The Roberts R900, particularly the early ones, had a problem where on first switching on the set there would be a large inrush of current, and over time this would burn out those teeny tiny contacts, and there was a modification that became available from Roberts to address that. So without taking this apart, I don't know what the state of play is regarding whether the circuit board in this does require the modification to be done or not. But at the very least we'll have to remove the switch, take the switch apart, inspect the inside. If it's a little bit too far gone, then I will just change the switch. If I think it's recoverable, I'll clean the teeny tiny contacts and I'll put them back into the switch, reassemble it onto the radio, and we'll power test it from there. So without any further ado, let's get cracking. The first thing that I will show you is I will attach some power to the radio via the figure 8 IEC C7 socket. Make sure it's switched off there. I'll turn the power on at the switch, at the mains switch, and then switch on and nothing at all. But if you hold the switch in just the right position, and it's not going to do it now because it's on camera, there we go, you can hear it comes on.
But there's certainly no borrowing being done on that. At some stage, it might have been,
and it's very scratchy too. But if I let that switch go, it goes off. If I turn it back on, it doesn't stay on. That switch has to be in just so a position. And it's not doing it now, is it? Because I'm on camera, but there we go. And so the switch still says it's on, but actually it's not powering the setup. So that is what the problem actually is. So again, without any further ado, let's get started. So first we need to remove the handle. So sharp press down on one side, a sharp press down on the other, and then you can just lever the handle away from its retainers, remove the handle completely, pop it on one side. The next thing to do is on either side there is a screw. Need to remove those two. With that done, I turn it upside down, different screwdriver, quarter turn on the screw on the bottom panel, like so, and then remove the bottom panel. Just on the inside now, I need to undo the aerial screw. It's very cobwebby inside there. And the next thing that we can do is remove this lead here from the DIN socket, and then just on this leg of the speaker here is a nut that we need to remove, and with a bit of a push with a suitable pushing implement we can just push the top of the radio out so that it's free from the case. The last thing to remember is to disconnect the speaker leads from the actual speaker. So we've got the red wire and the black wire to remove. Partially remove the radio from the set, and then you've got the power connector there just to remove. And there's the radio now out of the case. Now the switch for the power, which is this one here, is right underneath the ferrite rod, and it's held in by some crimped over connectors. So I need to remove the ferrite rod first of all to get access to the switch, and then desolder the switch. So we'll do that. I'll just get rid of these bright bars off here because they will just flop about and fall off whilst I'm working on the radio. I've zoomed you down for this part just because it will be easy to see where we're at. We've got the, I'll use the soldering iron as a pointing stick once I've just cleaned the tip of that off. We've got the switches here. We've got the on and off, the long wave switch, medium wave switch and the FM switch. This is the back side of the board obviously, and these ones in between, I've got two here and two here, are the ferrite rod retainer tab soldering points. So I'm just going to remove those. So there we go, there is the ferrite rod now removed. I've marked it just there just so I don't get the orientation wrong when I'm putting it back in, and I've also marked the inside of the chassis there just so that I get the orientation correct when I'm reassembling later. Now this part here, this is the on and off switch, and you can see here that it's got some bent over tabs. There we go. So I'm going to straighten those up using the official volume pot, power switch adjustment tool. Yellow and black handle screwdriver. And then I'm going to desolder the switch from the other side, which are these 6 here. Alright, let's have a look at that, see if we can now remove this switch from this side. Yep, it's coming up. There we are, there's the switch. Now, sometimes these things do come apart relatively easily, and other times they just break. And if it's the case that it breaks, I will just put in a new switch. But I am hoping to be able to show what's gone on the inside of here. So I've got a scalpel blade. I'm just working myself into that join there. Like so, and again at the other side. And then hopefully I'll be able to lift that up. It's gone on that side and it's gone on that side. So there, you can see the copper contacts on the inside. If I just remove one of those, and try and keep you in shot, If I lift this up to the camera, you can see it's got a little bit of tarnishing and stuff on there. So I'm going to give that a clean. Pop that one back in. That came from that side. This one's come from this side. Keep the switch in the middle. You might be able to tell, you can see the blackening on there, and that's why it's not making a contact anymore. It's been electrically arcing, which has stopped the switch from working. That will also be apparent on the actual switched part here and here. So I'll give those a clean up with some IPA and a fiberglass pencil, and I'll pop them back in, and then I'll pop the switch back in as well. Interestingly, just on the inside of the plastic post, get it to focus, you can see all the dirt and stuff that's built up on the end. That's what's happened to this switch, but this should be recoverable. So I'll get on and do that and then show you what I've done. Right, so you might be able to see here, just at the tip there of the scalpel blade, which I'm using just to hold that down and give the copper contact a clean. With the fiberglass pencil, and then I can clean the outside and then just run some sandpaper up the inside just to clean the inside of the contact as well. But the fiberglass pencil is ideal for getting into places that are hard to reach with other tools, and they do a relatively good job. You've just got to be careful not to get these fibres into your fingers, otherwise it stings for a week. And then we need to put these tiny contacts back inside the switch. There's the first one, that went rather easy. And the second one. Inside there like so, and then slide this switch back together. I'm hoping that, yes, you're in shot. Move the spring out of the way. We can snap that side back together and then snap that side back together, and then we've got a switch. And then we'll get the ferrite rod back in the correct orientation. You see I marked a, you see that I marked a 2 mark and a 1 mark. I'll match those up with that there, the 2 and the 1. So there we are, I've got the power applied now and the speaker wires attached. So we'll give it a go. I'll just turn the volume down first of all. Power off, power on.
That was Calceda and Soul Source from 1965. And don't forget, you can send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about the music I'm playing tonight? Any suggestions?
The important thing here is we've got the radio working now with the on and off switch. So, thanks very much for watching. Like and subscribe. and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.